Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is KB. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute since I've given you any updates on my Honda, so I'm just going to give you a few updates today to just kind of let you know where things are. Guys, I've had this vehicle for 5 months, almost 6 months now, so let's see if I still like this car. The one thing I feel like is almost embarrassing about owning this car is the fact that we have gotten to this point. I don't know if you can see it or not, but guys, we are at 11,000 miles already. I mean, that's insane. 11,000 miles already on this vehicle. I use this vehicle for work. I travel a lot. I mean, I put about like 100 miles a day just driving around the city, and that's taking toll on this car in terms of mileage. I've had to change the oil once, and the vehicle is still doing pretty good. I mean, I'm seeing some differences. I'm seeing a little bit of a dip on the mileage, which is kind of sad in a way. I think with a full tank I get about 420 miles, and I used to get about 445, something like that. So I mean, it is what it is. You know, the vehicle is still running pretty good. I'm used to it. As I stated in my previous video, like, I'm having to wash the car at least once a week. Luckily, we have not had a lot of snow here in Indiana, but there's a lot of salt on the road still and a lot of dust. And then I live so close to the construction area, so it's really bad. So I have to wash this car constantly. Other than that, I feel like the car is still doing pretty good. Like, really, it's doing pretty good. So what are my thoughts going forward? Do I want to keep this car? You know, am I considering something else? That's a good question. I feel like I need about a year before I can make that decision, because right now I feel like the car has been doing well, but I have not really tested it to its limits, right? I feel like for the most part this car is very basic. It's very standard. It has a nice body, so it looks really nice outside. You put a little bit of a tint to it and it looks great. People like it. You like it. You feel good for driving it. Even the people who ride with you feel great. Like, we like the car, and my kids love it. Especially when it's clean. It's nice and shiny. And we've been driving SUVs for the longest time, so the fact that we are able to get in this small car together as a family is nice, because we get to talk together and we're all close together, compared to the SUV where everybody's just kind of minding their business. So having said all of that, I have some issues, and I'm not sure. I haven't really had checked this, but sometimes when I back out of the garage, there's a little bit of a squeaky noise on my rear brakes. I don't know. I'm assuming they are drum brakes, so it'll be unfortunate if they're going bad. Like, I mean, it's not like I slam brakes that bad. So that's something to check on. Now it's like looking back at the price, like, is the vehicle worth the amount of money? I mean, personally, I think this car should have been like 25 grand, but I bought it at a time when the market was over the roof, so it's expensive. It was like close to 35 grand, which is, I mean, with the taxes and everything, you know, which is really unfortunate. But these are the times we live in. You know, we had to make adjustments as we go. Like, we have to make adjustments about how we spend and everything. I just don't know how much this car will sell for if I were to sell it. I'm not thinking about that yet. I'm still enjoying it. There are so many things I still have to learn about this car. So I thought I would just give you guys a little update in terms of that. I remember back before I bought the car, I was looking at these videos where people were talking about the noise, and I didn't understand, like what noise are you talking about? Well, I think it has to do with the tires, right? So the car is nice, quiet for the most part, but there are some parts of the road, especially when you're driving around like the city, like 465. Sometimes when you're driving on that asphalt, it does make the tires sound a lot. But luckily it's like small sections of the road that are like that, and I mean it's just really really loud and annoying, especially like if you're trying to listen to music or you're talking to somebody. It's just like the noise is just there. But I think that has to do with the fact that the tire is so thin. You have the 18-inch wheels. So I think that's part of it. But I mean, again, that's not really the the biggest problem. I haven't really found a lot of negative things about this car. I feel like even the things I found that seem almost negative are actually the usual stuff, the stuff you see in other cars. The technology today is designed to make driving safe and efficient, convenient. I get all of that, but there has been a little bit of there's a conflict between man driving and a machine running its own operation. And as much as I liked the initial drive assist technology, I did find out that it can be troublesome, especially when you're trying to turn at certain places, or let's say you're driving and you want to exit without using your signal. Like, you talk about a whiplash where the vehicle just instantly tries to stop because the computer and the camera is saying, hey, you're about to get off the road, or you're about to hit another car in front of you. So this one is this is not a complicated thing. That's why I said, like, it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you have. This is something that is annoying to a lot of people, but you can definitely control. You have this little you have these buttons here, obviously, and you can just scroll this up and down, and then you can check your information there. So we go back there. Say you wanna make some changes. So we go to warnings. Let's see. Well, that's not the one. Let's see. Safety supports. Yes. Once you get to safety supports, you will see you have the on and off. On obviously you can exit this, but this is on and off, and this helps you to be able to turn the lane assist technology off. So you can just turn it off. That way you don't have to worry about messing with it if you don't like it. So that's what I would say. Keep it on if you can comply with it. But if you are someone that sometimes you just turn instantly, and sometimes you have to turn instantly, that could be a problem because the vehicle will try to stop. So like if you are drinking coffee, or the people you're riding with are drinking coffee, they might spill it all over because of that. But there's a lot of driving supports. This is another one you can utilize. Again, this has to do with like how close you are to the vehicle next to you, in terms of like when the vehicle is going to slow down or give that warning that you're getting too close to another car. So basically, guys, don't be like me. Okay, utilize this technology. The first mistake I made was basically I just got in the car, got it started, and that was that. And skipping the manual and whatnot, that can be problematic.